Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. My name is Malie, and today I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's growing both inside and out. Now last week I did post a video of the seeds that I started, and almost all of them have sprouted. I wanted to show you what's growing. Okay, so first thing I wanted to show you, hopefully I can do this without spilling everything. This is the tray where I planted all the kale and the kohlrabi and the cabbage. And it looks like we've had almost 100% germination rate. Even the basil in the very back has grown. You can see all the pretty colors of the chard coming up. So I'm going to let these grow on, get a little bit bigger, and then I will post a video of when it's time to thin them out and then plant them into bigger containers. So I'm really excited about the germination rate on that. Okay, Now let's move on to the second one. So this is the tray where I'm growing the lettuce and the kale just to try growing indoors so I can have stuff to eat right now. Now there's been really good germination rate on this. The onions that I also planted, all but 2 of the cells have started to grow. It's those 2 on the back. But you can see little sprouts in almost every single one of these cells. Now I do have a little conundrum. When I first did the video of planting this up, I didn't realize there was a hole. There was a crack in the bottom of the tray. And right after the video, I noticed a large puddle of water underneath it. So I had to pull everything out really quickly and dump the water and put it in a new tray. And when I did that, I accidentally removed a lot of the tags. So I really have no idea which onion is which isn't going to be a problem except for with the bunching onions. So I'm hoping by the time it's time to plant these outside, I'll be able to tell a difference. But anyway, so everything inside is looking really good. So now we're out in my backyard, and as you can see, it is just a gorgeous day. I mean, I love the mountains with the snow on it, even though this year we've had far less snow than we need. It's still absolutely gorgeous. It's in the 40s right now, the mid 40s, so it's not that cold. And I wanted to take you over to my garden area and show you what's growing there. I did have my hoop house where I planted some kale, some kohlrabi, 1 bunching onion, and some cabbage, and it's done okay. Let's go show you what it looks like. Now the first thing I wanted to show you is the bed where I did not put any covering over it. We planted kale. I can't remember if I put cabbage or no, I think it was just kale that I put in here, and some Swiss chard because they're some of the hardier things. And looks like, so this is red Russian kale, and it looks like all the growth points have been hit with frost. There's a little bit of life in this one right here. Leaves are still a little bit green, but all in all, it did not survive. We have some leftover garlic. This used to be the garlic bed, and that was a bulb it looks like I missed, and I'll just separate that out next year and use it. See if there's anything else. Here is a purple curly kale. Might have a little bit of life down in there. And this is a chard. I am really thinking that as soon as it warms up enough, this will spring back to life. So, of the non-protection, all 3 of these are chard. So you can see life in this one, life in this one, but none in the kale. So I was a little shocked on this. I thought that the kale would be hardier than the chard. Now keep in mind, this has been one of our warmer winters. We did get down into the teens, but most of the nights are, like in the 20s. So this definitely is not one of our normal winters. I'm wondering how the chard would have done in one of our winters. So let's show you what the vegetables under my hoop house look like. So this is my kohlrabi, and I wanted to show you how big the bulb is starting to get. Now, a lot of these plants, like this little cabbage right here, is showing some cold damage, and it's not grown very much. So the cabbage don't seem to really like it in here. That's another one of the cabbages. And here's another one that's not as bad as the rest of them. But if you can see the bulb of that kohlrabi in the back there, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. The kohlrabi seems to tolerate the cold weather a lot better than the cabbage. Now the kale has suffered some winter damage. This one right here that's further back in the hoop house seems to have fared better. This curly one up front has done really well. And then the purple one seems to have also done well. The bunching onion, I think part of it is that it's right on the edge of the cold frame, has not done that well, but it's not dead yet. I did not get any lettuce sprouting, but that'll probably happen in the spring when it warms up. So all in all, I'd say the hoop house has been a good success. Now I do, up at the top of my hill, I think you can see it in back of me up here, I do have a hoop house that is double layered. Now I planted things too late to be able to cover that with a double layer, but next year I'm going to try it and see how it works. The other thing that I'm going to try is to plant my plants a little earlier. All of these plants are planted in October, just before it got cold, so they didn't have a chance to get established. So anyway, I'm really excited. I'm having fun learning and growing with my gardening. I came from California where we gardened all winter long. That winter was like the second season of gardening, and I didn't think it was possible here. So I'd love to hear what you guys are growing over the winter here in Utah and in colder climates, and how you're growing them, and if you have anything that has actually survived cold winters. So if you've enjoyed my videos, I hope you like and subscribe, and go have a wonderful garden adventure.